Okay. Let's talk about personalization next. So you'll notice when I open this customer list page that there are certain fields that are displayed when I open this page. Any field can be personalized by users, assuming you have enabled the personalization capability for the user. Now, what does that mean? Well, simply put, it means that the user has the ability to control the display of any page element, any field on the page, any menu option on the page, any fact box on a page. So just as a simple example, let's say we want to move the contact name. We want to eliminate the payment terms code. I want to put contact next to the name. I want to get rid of payment terms code. And then maybe there's a field I want to add that I'm not looking here. So I'm going to go up into personalization. I'm now in personalize mode, and I get this little bar here that tells me that I'm personalizing. And what I can do is I can click on a column and I can move it by just dragging it to the left or to the right. So I've now moved contact next to name. I can also remove columns just by clicking here on the little red flag and saying hide. I can also click up here on field to look at a list of other fields that may be available for me to display that I'm not currently displaying. So for example, maybe we want to add the customer posting group field. So I can add that onto my page. I can also control the freeze pane. You'll notice I have a freeze pane set here. So as I scroll to the right, my customer number and customer name stay put. I can also, lastly, I can also control which menu options I'm looking at here on the ribbon. There may be things that I don't do in my particular role, so I can simply hide those menu options and then redisplay them later if I wanted to add them back. So let's go ahead and save our changes. You'll notice I now have the customer posting group here. I've moved my contact next to my name, and I've removed my payment method code. And as I scroll over to the right, I have my freeze pane, which controls my number and my name. Very powerful. What this allows us to do is create very tailored entry screens for users so that, for example, if I'm entering a lot of sales quotes or sales orders, I can control the exact fields that users are looking at and the fields that they need to enter data into. As one last example of that, let's just open up a card page. Let's go into a sales quote. So let me go into a sales quote page. And what you'll notice is that I've got about 8 fields displayed here on my quote header record. I also have an option here to show more fields. If I show more fields, a whole slew of additional fields become visible to me, and I can now edit those fields. All of this we can control through personalization. So if I go into personalize here, I can show all fields and say valid to quote date is a field that I always want to show. So I can say always show. Conversely, I could say only, show when collapsed. So let's go ahead and show that field. I can also move fields around. So if I want to move a field here, you can change the order of fields and so on. Okay, so let's go ahead and save that. And if I show less, now my valid to quote date field is displayed. So this, again, allows us to create very customized workflows that define specifically what fields people need to be entering. The same thing is true on the line records. So which fields do I want to make sure users are entering or using as they're processing a quote? In this case, I can control all of that.